Hey guys, so we're gonna get into some masking and cutting of the body today. Sorry about the background. As you can see, finally got into this spot. Now it's just a matter of getting our shelves put up, the RCs on the wall, so we can actually have a nice backdrop for you guys to look at. Other than that though, like I said, today is going to be the cutting, masking, and the initial starts of the paint job on this truck. Now I haven't washed it yet, obviously. I'm going to cut it first, then I'm going to wash it, and then we're going to mask it. So stick around, hope you enjoy. Alright, so now that we're getting into the masking and cutting, there's always going to be tools you need. X-Acto knife, sharp edge, curved body scissors, and straight body scissors. Basically, you're going to need these no matter what when you're cutting on the body. It's a given. Also got our sticker sheet for if we want to, cover up the lights so we can actually have proper lights in there. There are a few 3D files for light buckets for this thing, so I might venture that way. I'm not quite sure yet. Also, one other thing that you may need or want is obviously some painter's tape. You can use liquid mask if you want. Try to stick with something that's made for painting. It's my best advice, because otherwise you could find yourself with a lot of paint bleed, stuff like that. You really don't want that. I mean, like I've said before, I'm not a perfectionist at this, even though I try. But the thing is that no matter how much you try, there's still gonna be mistakes. But anyway, let's jump on into cutting out the body. Little tip for you guys. I always keep these as paint chips. Use these to check out how your paint's gonna look, what it's gonna come out like on the surface. It's a great way to see before you actually completely spray the body and go, damn, that's not the color I wanted, or should have used a different backing. This is a great way to test before you actually get into the full paint job. Keep those. As you can see, guys, I cut out little triangles so that when I get in there and start cutting, sometimes the plastic will try to push your hand and you can't get the line that you want. Cutting out this triangle gives yourself space for the scissors, and then you can just carry on right through. Now that we've got the body cut out, as you can see, your edges and stuff, if you want to clean them up, it's great to use an X-Acto knife for that. Just catch off some of the little rough edges that are there from when you use the scissors, because scissors aren't as precise. But my body's looking, well, personally run down, no. But body's actually looking pretty decent here. I've got everything cut out that looks like it needs to be. I might clean up one or two fender flares here, and other than that, she's ready to get cleaned, and then we can start the masking process. Now we get into masking. Each one of these is obviously going to correspond to a window in here, so just make sure you're grabbing the right ones and putting them in the right spot. You should be fine. as you can see, windows are on. Most likely a green down here, and then a white up top with a crackled white look down here. So I guess get into masking and see where we sit, I guess. So yeah, masking's pretty much done. Got all the windows on, as you can tell. She's probably seen earlier. But I also masked some of the bottom. Now, there's a stripe across here. It usually goes black. I'm probably gonna go black. From suggestions and everything, white or gray like my beard apparently, which it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go white, but I'm not gonna go gray. And then everywhere where you see green on here, it's pretty much gonna end up green, except for here. This, I got a special little technique I wanna try on there. Just putting it on a small part of the body, because simply, if it looks like shit, I don't want the whole thing to look like shit. At least that is just a side thing. But like I said, the rest is gonna be green. Everything's masked off. Now it's time for a trip to the hobby store and grab some paint. As you can see to the left of me, I started painting it. Don't forget, your first coat, extremely, extremely, extremely light. Then you build from there. Right now I've got one more coat of the white because I am backing it in black, so it might make it a bit grayish. So I want to make sure I've got as many layers on there as possible. And then as you can see, I masked off some of the stuff extra. And this is just the fender flares, of course, and the paneling here. So I'm going to try a different technique with something on the side here. See how well it works, because I'm trying different techniques. Sharpie for the windows here. Here the stickers were big enough, so I'm going to try to cut them as well. I'm going to peel those. As I'm backing it in black, it should create this type of thing here. I wanted to see the difference between the two, and well, it's going to be done all in one truck. Now you're probably wondering what the black is up here. Well, on these trucks you've got the vents right in front of the window, and I want them black. So all I did was cut out the cellophane that's on here and painted the black, because I want to back this in possibly a green. These are all going to be green, so I figured why not. And that way there I don't ruin the brightness of the green that I have. So hopefully this all turns out. I'm going to give this a shot of black and see what we end up with. Alright guys, so I've painted the black and it's looking pretty sharp actually. I do have some bleeding along here and here. Because of what I'm trying to do next, I'm not too worried about that. Grab a bag, crinkle it all up, dab it, and it's supposed to make some crazy designs. If you don't like the initial design, you can always rearrange your cloth and do that. So let's give her a shot on the actual body. Alright, so I think that looks pretty cool. We're going to shoot it now with, hopefully I got enough green. Alright, so we've tinted our windows, we've got our paint job done, and it's looking pretty decent. I did notice some mistakes that I did along the way. Nobody's perfect. I don't expect perfection. This thing is really only going to be used for a mud truck anyway, so it is what it is. Now, these guys are probably looking at it right now going, looks like shit. Oh, I'm about to pull the cellophane off and we'll see a different truck. digging it. I'm actually really liking it. I gotta take the windshield out, but yeah, I think that looks pretty cool for a mud truck. And I guess we'll see it get dirty in a little while. Alright guys. Basically, how to paint the body. Like I said, there's imperfections. There's always going to be. But hey, we're not professionals. We do this stuff for fun. I got stuff on top that shouldn't even be there. That doesn't help any. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Most likely a Tech Tuesday. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day guys.